So what we want to talk about now is how to launch a uniform program. You're probably at the stage where, my people need to be wearing something, my team needs to be in a uniform, projecting my company's brand in the workplace. How do I even go about doing that? Okay? So what we want to do today is launch a uniform program in 3 steps. There's a lot of work involved, but when you think about it as 3 steps, you're going to find it's probably a lot simpler than you thought. So step 1, what you want to do on your company side is pull together the decision makers. Okay? These people might be purchasing, operations, folks who maybe are managers of those teams of people that need to be in uniform. You want to gather them up and say, look, we know they need to be in uniform, our teams, what exactly do we want them to wear? What do they need to wear? Safety apparel, is that a concern of ours? Do we need to be in the most durable workwear that's out there? If you can gather those decision makers together, that's a huge first step. Also part of step 1 is finding a uniform company. You got to start doing your research to find a company that can provide you what you need from a uniform decorated apparel standpoint, right? So that's step 1, pulling together your resources. Step 2, deciding on what your uniform should be. You've already got your decision makers, your key people together. You've identified what your uniform needs should be. You need to iron that out now with your uniform company. You've decided who you're going to get your uniforms from. They're going to do the decorating of your uniforms, putting your brand on that clothing. You need to decide on what that uniform's going to be. The other thing you need to decide on is the logo. We want to project your brand. Multitudes of ways to do that too. Speaking on behalf of a uniform company, there's so many ways that you can use to decorate your logo, your company brand, on any apparel style that you choose. It can become cumbersome. But this is where that uniform company, now that you've decided to work with them, they can be a real asset to this decision on how to best decorate your uniform. Okay, so that's step 2. Step 3 is really pretty simple. You've got to get your team now trained up on using your ordering process. Basically placing orders with the uniform company. And I say trained up because, these days you really ought to be working with a uniform company that gives you a private system that only your team and your company has access to buy uniforms. It should be on a website where you have login credentials to place orders. Okay? So, when you're getting trained, you're going to grab the head of operations and you're going to grab the purchasing person and you're going to grab these decision makers together and we're going to train them on how to place orders. They should be shown how to create profiles for their team members if you want to do that, so their team members can place their own orders on their own time. Okay? We actually work with some clients where, cable technicians are placing their own orders at 10 o'clock at night because that's when they have an opportunity to do that. So just some things to think about there as far as getting trained and managing a process, because some of your decision makers can't be sitting around for hours at a time placing orders for people. So if you're able to manage a process, that puts a lot of time back in your day. Okay, so those are the 3 main points. Other things to consider with regards to a uniform program, but you want to get one launched, those are 3 things that you can check off a checklist pretty quickly to get your uniform program launched.